Hello everyone. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about why I believe technology is the solution to the mental health crisis. Now, I'd like to begin by talking a little bit about the ancient civilization of Sumer. Now, Sumer was an ancient Mesopotamian civilization that started around the year 4500 BC. They began to grow, they began to flourish. However, pretty quickly they encountered a problem. And this problem was, how should we reliably communicate information over long distances? See, up till now, there was no writing. These civilizations primarily relied on verbal communication. So it was easy to say something like, let's send 4 goats. But what happens when you need 7,000 goats, 437 oxen, 504 sheep? As information became more and more complex, it became essential for writing. And these civilizations didn't have it at that time. And what about accounting and documentation? This stuff became impossible. And some archaeologists actually looked into this. And they found that ancient civilizations ran into an information bottleneck when they reached a certain size. So what did this civilization do? Well, instead of merely trying to add words to their vocabulary, they invented a completely new system of communication. They used discontinuous thinking, and they actually invented the very first writing system, which came to be known as cuneiform. These same archaeologists then said, once these advances in information processing and storage were achieved, you start to see the big empires of history emerge. So what does this have to do with my talk? Well, let me shoot some numbers at you. 51.5 million adults in the US have a mental illness. 23.6% of adults with mental illness say they have an unmet need for treatment. And clearly this is a big problem in my generation. 60% of youth with major depression don't receive treatment. However, we only have 106,000 licensed psychologists. With the millions of people experiencing mental health problems around the world, there is no way we can accommodate all the people who have an unmet need for treatment. So, just like the ancient civilization of Sumer, just like the ancient Sumerians, we are experiencing an issue of scale. So about 2 years ago, I was thinking about this problem, and I was thinking how I could begin to even solve this problem. And I realized that this problem required discontinuous thinking. It required non-conventional solutions, just like the civilization of Sumer. And around that time, I saw a quote that went something like this: "Unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change." And I thought that this was interesting, right? This idea of using kindness and maybe positivity to help people with their mental health. So I began to think about this more, and I took this one step further, and I thought, what if I can use kindness paired with technology to help people with their mental health? What if I could match kindness givers with kindness seekers? See, we've seen this model work with technology before, matching seekers with givers, the Ubers of the world, the Airbnbs of the world. For example, let's take Craigslist, people who need something and people who are able to give something. GoFundMe, people who need help, people who are able to give help. What if I could do the same thing with kindness? In other words, what if I could crowdsource kindness? I thought this thesis of crowdsourcing kindness was interesting. So about 2 years ago, I went and I tried to do this. I developed an app. I called it Kindness Wins All. I called it a positive social media network. And I spent a lot of time developing the app, and I posted it on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The app allows people to offer messages of hope, positivity, and comfort. And it also allows people to make kindness challenges. So you can challenge people to give compliments to one another. You can challenge people to donate to charity. And I posted it, and turns out the phrase, "if you build it, they will come," is not necessarily true. You actually have to market yourself. And no one was just coming to the app. And so as someone my age might do, I started posting on social media to try to get people to the app. And what I did on social media was I posted good news stories. So I would tell heartwarming stories around the world. I try to be more positive on social media as opposed to the negativity on social media. And the goal was, of course, be more positive on social media, but also with that, maybe I could say something like, hey, if you want more positivity, come to my app. And it would serve both those purposes. And I started posting on social media, and I noticed something interesting. This is a graph of the number of views my videos got, the first 26 videos approximately. And my videos weren't getting a whole lot of views. As you can see at the beginning of the scatter plot, not a whole lot of views. But the instant that I posted a video that was related to the coronavirus, so I said something like, a new vaccine was approved, or cases went down, my view count spiked. In fact, each one of these spikes in view counts are because I posted a coronavirus-specific video. And this taught me something interesting, which was, number one, people are actually open to seeing positivity on social media as opposed to the negative news that dominates headlines. And second, I can actually reach those people, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So These social media posts ended up getting over 1 million views. My app ended up getting over 1,000 downloads. And I got comments like this: when someone is going through a rough/difficult time, they can come to this app and read good things to give someone hope and not give up. And I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to take this one step further. I wanted to see if I could directly solve the issue of not having enough therapists. So what I decided to do was I wanted to try to put a therapist in everyone's room. A lot of people have Alexa voice devices at home, so I actually developed an app on Alexa that people could talk to and receive customized mental health help. And I've actually prepared a demo to show you exactly what this looks like.
Let us get started. Tell me how you are feeling right now. You can say something like sad, depressed, or anxious.
Sad.
I see. I am sorry you are feeling sad. Do you feel like you have lost interest in activities you used to enjoy?
Yes.
Feeling sad or depressed is common. I'd recommend you to try to get at least 8 hours of sleep and practice meditation every day to relax. As a simple exercise you can do right now, let's try expressing some gratitude.
And then, of course, the Alexa continues with the mental health exercise. It prompts for more exercises, and I'm currently developing this to make this even better. Now, this Alexa app ended up getting over 1,000 sessions. Now, don't just think about this as 1,000 engagements. Think about this as 1,000 therapy sessions from the comfort of someone's own home, from the privacy of someone's own home, absolutely for free. And I think that that's pretty powerful. So throughout these experiences, here's what I've learned. Number one, people are open to using technology to better themselves. I think through my social media posts, through my app, through my Alexa voice app, this has been made very clear to me. Number two, technology allows for ultimate scale. I would never have been able to reach 1 million people had I gone out and tried to manually talk to 1 million people. It just would not have been possible. And lastly, you have to be willing to explore non-conventional solutions. Technology is often demonized. Documentaries like The Social Dilemma have been trending and talking about the problems that technology poses. And look, I'll admit that technology has its problems. But instead of just trying to lock it out of our lives, let's figure out how we can use technology to better ourselves. Just like the ancient Sumerians, let's embrace the future and figure out how we can use technology to solve tomorrow's biggest problems. Thank you.